second time I stand on this stage. It's been 5 years I'm in Toastmaster. It's a long period of time. 5 years ago, I looked like this. Now I look like this. And I don't know many people who stayed longer, but in general, for over 80 years, people has been gathering together to play these games. The I will count your umlaut game. I will mention the word of the day game, but it's not been always like this for me. 5 years ago and 15 years ago, I had different friends and we played different games. For instance, there was a Buy Me an Elephant game. It takes one person willing to play the game and another one, the victim. You approach him and say, buy me an elephant. He says, I'm busy right now. He says, everybody says, I'm busy right now, but you buy me an elephant. He says, I have no money. Everybody says, I have no money, but you buy me an elephant. And in 5 minutes, if you don't break the rules and hit him, the game won't be over. 15 years ago, back in Lyceum, in school days, there was a game called Commandment. It also takes one person to play the game, and the other one, the victim. For example, you go to the classroom, and he says, you sit down. Well, that's exactly a seat. That's exactly what I'm going to do. But you sit down at least as if you obey the command. Now open algebra. Well, this is the book you have. This is what you were going to do. He says, and prepare well. If only I get to know that you are not well prepared. Well, that may drive crazy, just to give you the feeling. You look at me, or you watch the time, or you next slide. It really can drive a person crazy. And I've been thinking, what's standing behind all this? I call it the principle of authority. That is, I want to be the author of things I do. I don't want to be told what I'm going to do. And this works very well, for example, in family. He's looking at the window. She has a strong temptation to ask him for something. Like, please put the milk into the refrigerator. Okay. He's not doing anything. So would you please do it? And he says, okay, I'll be busy right now. I'll do it. But this is a little tension because what she expects to do it instantly, and he wants it to do when he finishes the songs. Another story. Men typically like giving presents to women, but when he forgets to do so, and she says, well, where are my flowers? Giving flowers is like a duty and is no longer a joy to give flowers. On the other hand, women like to cook for their men. And when he says, I want to have this and this for breakfast before I go to work, she will say, well, I didn't marry you to cook to you. Go eat some apples, bananas. Another, my favorite, is in the car. So he's driving. She says, is it our next turn? She says, yes. Well, she says, it's raining. Would you turn on the cleaning? She would say, yes. He would say, yes. Do you feel what I'm feeling, gentlemen? Or, if you have a friend, smoking friend, don't tell him not to smoke. Nobody quit like this. Tell him a story that you had a friend who got a flu. He smoked. He didn't resist smoking, at the time he got flu. He damaged his lungs so that he died in 10 years. That's a different approach. Or if you don't tell somebody to run in the morning, nobody will run because you told them to do so. But tell them that you run and you felt very good right after the exercise, and that gives you energy for the day. So, to conclude, I wish you not to instruct people directly to do what to do. And on the other hand, I wish you to do the right things, whether you decided so or somebody told you so. By the way, do you know what's the best answer for the commandments game? That is, you keep barking. Yes,